There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to jobs180.com's Marketing Me. We are live at Philippine Women's University. So today we'll be joined by speakers from Inspiro, Alveoland, PSG Global, FactSet, and ABP. But before we start, may we invite everybody for a short prayer followed by the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below.
kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Okay, so welcome guys. So ready na ba kayo? So by the way, I'm Shari from jobs180.com. We hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. So to officially start today's session, may we invite Mr. Freddy Reyes, VP for External Affairs, to do our opening remarks. Hi sir, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning sir. I leave the screen pause so you can address the opening remarks to the audience.
Great, thank you. So, good morning on behalf of the PW community. I would like to welcome all of you to this event hosted by our industry partner, jobs180.com. As most of you are aware, jobs180.com is an IT company that provides very innovative solutions that will allow schools and to help our soon-to-be graduates meet the complex demands of the current generation's employers. So jobs180.com also works with employers to help them get the best job seekers today. Jobs180.com has been our industry partner for the past 8 years since 2013. They were one of our first industry partners for the Career and Placement Office when they held their first activity at PDU's Job Fair in 2013. Since then, jobs180.com has helped our students by conducting career seminars and talks for the PW graduating students. Their more recent activity was a virtual job fair last March 2020. As the lockdown was implemented, they also conducted a virtual webinar on virtual recruitment guide last August 2020. And a future activity we are working with together will be a virtual job fair July 2021. So thank you very much to jobs180.com for this event and to our speakers who will be properly introduced later on. And for our students, please make full use of this very important activity. Take notes, ask questions, but more importantly, take actions as to what our speakers will recommend to help you in your career search. Thank you to one and all, and enjoy the day.
Thank you for that, Sir Freddy. Thank you for that opening, sir. We hope to see more of you po in the future in the next few sessions for PWU, sir. So I guess that it's sir. So thank you for lending our time lending your time for this morning. Stay
Thank you.
safe, sir. All right. So, ayan. So, thank you for that, Sir Freddy. So, as usual, guys, please comment your name and course or strand and type your questions in our comment box so we can answer them after each talk. So, don't forget to share this to your friends as well. So, would like to know who are watching us. So, please comment your name, strand, course, ayan. Pwede mo nyo rin ilagay yung school nyo if you're not from PWU. So here is our schedule for this morning. So our first topic is ResumeLink, which will be discussed by jobsunity.com. The next topic is dressing up for interviews, which will be discussed by Inspiro. The last topic is a panel discussion with Alveo Land, PSG Global, FactSet, and ADP. So shout out to everyone who is on time. Thank you guys. So again, Please comment your name, strand, course, school, and please don't be shy to put in your questions and so we can address them later. Alright? So our first speaker, let's go to our first speaker. Our first speaker is Mr. Kim Chua. He has been in the industry for 20 years. He has experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. And he is a trusted resource speaker, and he has done over 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 colleges and universities nationwide. So, Sir Kim, if you're there, please join our stream.
Afternoon, everyone. Allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag nating resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number one, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat, this should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at doon ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot. Pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto ang detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kina-account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay, lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawag kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot, lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis ay makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating mo sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa 2 lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung 2. Kung 2 lang talaga alam nyo, din 2 lang. Ano tong 2 to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan, ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede ka mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayo maglagay ng mga kasi mga sample na profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes. A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kayang-kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Yung sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But now, the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologies, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, di ba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Di ba? So, you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo na napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay din ng HR napapabilis because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto kanya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Di ba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Di ba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real-time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position, and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secured na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data, pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Diba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi o makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O diba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng bigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, 'di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Edi balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. 'Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
All right, so thank you for that, Sir Kim. Guys, do you have any questions? So, as a reminder, please make sure that you registered with an email address that you're using. Hindi yung ginagamit nyo sa school kasi pag yun yung ginamit nyo after graduation, hindi nyo siya magagamit ulit. So, since the purpose of this is for job applications, we suggest that you use a valid Gmail account or a Yahoo account to do the registration. Right? So we have a question here from Sir Freddy Reyes. If I have a different if I have different resume forms depending on the company, can I have different resumes? When I answer this question, sir, I always suggest to applicants that they tailor fit their resume links to the companies that they are applying for. So if you have a PDF file, if you have a Word file, if that's what you're talking about, like you have multiple forms, you can put it all inside the resume link, and that resume link can be sent to different or multiple different types of companies. So I'm sure the companies will also process these CVs or these resumes in the same way. So it's okay if you put all of that in the resume link section, in the upload file section. That's where you put all your portfolio. So that's fine. So any questions from the students? If you're shy to ask, you can send us a message on our Facebook group. It's facebook.com/jobs180. So if nahihiya kayo magtanong, pwede kayo mag-send ng question doon and our customer service reps will provide the answer. Alright? So, are we clear, guys? So, should we go to our next topic? So, ayan. So, for our next presenter, she is Miss Katrina Camille Gaspar. She's the supervisor for candidate engagement of Inspiro. She graduated from Our Lady of Fatima University with a degree of Bachelor Science in Nursing. But before joining the industry, she was in medical field, but she got interested in human resource. That's why she pursued her career in the BPO industry under the talent acquisition team. So she's been with Inspiro for 7 years, and she's currently managing the employee referral program and Mandaluyong sites of Inspiro. So Miss Katrina, if you're there, please join our stream.
Hi, good morning, Shari.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning. Ayan. Ma'am, can we test sharing your screen po for this presentation?
Can you see it?
Loading na lang yan, ma'am. Ayan. Ayan, sige, ma'am. Can we put it on full screen? Yan, ma'am. Ayan. I can see it na po. Ma'am, I'll leave you to it. You have 10 minutes and I'll be back po for the question and answer.
Sure, thank you, Shari. Hi guys, good morning. I'm Kat. So today I will be sharing some tips on how to dress up during the interview. I know most of you will be needing this in the coming months since you will all be applying for a job. So in this discussion, I will be sharing with you on how to dress up when you will have your interview. So it is very important to make a good impression during your job interview. Based on the study that was conducted in UK and in Turkey, people make judgment on us in just 3 seconds. So make sure that you look your best during your interview. So why do we really need to dress up during the interview? So here are the benefits of dressing up during the interview. It actually demonstrates respect for a potential employer. So you want them to see that you are prepared for the interview and make yourself presentable in front of them. Second is you will excuse me, leave a lasting impression. So they will remember you on how you dress or what you wear. So it's very important that you are all dressed up. Third is you prove that you are serious because if you are all dressed up and they know that you are prepared and they will see that you are very interested because you allotted time to prepare for the interview. And lastly, it will boost your confidence. If you feel good inside, it will also come out. Remember, it comes from within. So if you feel beautiful, it will boost your confidence and it will help you land the job that you wanted. So now that we know these benefits of dressing up for the interview, let me tell you the next steps for this. So, say for example, you receive a call from a company and you were scheduled for an interview next week. So, what is the first thing that you need to do? So, first is you should know the company. You should know about the company. You should research for the company, know what kind of industry you are applying for, and you also need to check if they have dress codes for their initial interview. By knowing this, it will be easier for you to decide on what to wear. So, of course, we don't want to come overdressed or underdressed during the interview. So, just to give you an idea, here are some industries or companies and their preferred or required attire. So for the business professionals, so there are the corporations, financial institutions, accounting firm, law firm, and high-level governmental institution. While for the business casual, it's the sales, government agencies, education, retail, small businesses, tech, engineering, and real estate. So now that you know this, what is the next step? So the next step is to get dressed. So what do we really need to wear for an interview? As mentioned in my previous slides, these are there are companies that require a certain attire during interview. So let's start first with the business professional. So we'll move to the men first. So for men, actually they have a limited options, or should I say they only have one option when it comes to business professional. So they will need to wear a suit, a full suit. Suggested color is black, gray, and navy blue. So you need to be in the neutral side or the safe color. So here's the suit. So for the inner shirt, it should be colored and long sleeve. You can go for a white solid color, or you can go to a light to medium color of long sleeve is also a best choice. Make sure that there are no stains since it's a light colored long sleeves. The stains will be very visible, so make sure that it is clean. And you may also want to wear an undershirt if your polo is very thin, just to be safe. Moving on to the tie. So always remember for the tie or necktie, it should be very, very simple. You need to go on solid colors, not the flashy ones. If you want to have some details on your necktie, it's okay. You can go for the stripes or the dot ones, but make sure the design is very subtle. Um, Nowadays, there are neckties with a different design. I know some would like, or I know some would want to be trendy and fashionable, but those ties with a lot of design is a no-no because it won't go along with your attire. You can also add a cufflinks on your suit just to make you or just to look a little flair. Next one is the belt. So you can see here, it says that the belt should be leather. One thing about belt, you should always remember that your belt should go with your shoes. So if the color of your shoes is black, your belt should also be black. So they go together, right? So for the socks for men, best color is black. Never ever wear white socks when you are wearing a suit. Same with the neckties. I know there are trendy socks nowadays, but it's also a no-no because it won't go along with your suit. Okay. So for the shoes, first you need to shine your shoes the night before. And second, best shoes for the business attire is a leather. It can be black. Black is the safest actually. However, you can also wear brown provided they go with the color of your suit. And the most important thing for the shoes is that you are comfortable wearing it, especially when you are walking, because it's hard naman if the shoes is too small, you'll have a hard time walking. Moving on to the accessories for the men. So it's just very simple. You can wear a watch, preferably a metallic or a leather strap will do. Avoid using the sports watch. And then little or no jewelry is okay. But if you really want to wear a jewelry, say for example, if you are married and if you want to wear your wedding ring or your wedding band, it's okay. Or if you want to wear a necklace, it's also okay. Just make sure that it is plain and not too flashy. Okay. For the personal hygiene, of course, you should have a clean cut. If you have a long hair, a day before your interview, you should go to the barber shop and have your hair cut. And then after that, you can put a little wax or a gel, whichever you prefer. And then make sure that you also have a well-groomed facial hair. If you need to shave, please do so. You also need to trim your nails and make sure that they are clean. And lastly, you need to avoid strong colognes or aftershave or even perfume because it might intimidate the interviewer because there are people that are very sensitive when it comes to the smell. So let's just be careful with that. So that's it for the men. And now moving on to the ladies. For the ladies, we actually have a lot of options. So you can also wear your suit pants, skirts, or dress. So for pants and skirts, you can wear neutral colors like gray, beige, navy blue, and black. If you will be wearing your pants, make sure that it is not too tight. And same with the skirt. Skirt should hit right above or below your knee unless they prefer a certain length. And then make sure that the slit of your skirt is not too high also. And then for the inner shirt for the girls, you may also want to wear long sleeves or polo or other nice top. Just make sure the color, again, goes along with the color of your suit. You can also wear pastel colors if you want. Just make sure that it's the muted ones. And also avoid wearing a printed top or shirts and a revealing top because it might also be, again, distracting to the interviewer. And then if you want to wear a dress, you can also wear one. But remember that work dresses shouldn't be too high, too tight, and too revealing. You can, of course, pair them with a blazer, but be careful with your color coordination. I know that oversized blazers are in nowadays, but if you prefer using those kinds of blazer, make sure that you look good and you still look presentable when you will be using the oversized blazers. And just remember, the sleeves of your blazers should end right at your wrist, just until here only. If you can see my hand, so it's just until here. Same with the guys. So that's the perfect fit for the blazer. And now for the skirt. Oh, sorry. If you will be wearing skirt or a dress and you prefer to wear a pantyhose or a stockings, just make sure you choose the right color or the right tone of the stockings. And if you prefer not to wear one, just make sure that you put a lotion in your legs just to prevent the white marks or the white lines if you scratch your legs. Just to be safe, especially if you have dry skin. It's very very important that you put a lotion, especially if you're wearing a skirt. Now let's move on to shoes. For the shoes, you can wear a flat shoes if you're more comfortable using that. But for those ladies who prefer to wear heels, make sure that it is not higher than 3 inches. Do not wear open-toed shoes or stilettos. I know stilettos look sexy and nice, but for the interview, it's not okay. So let's just be on the safe side. So make sure that you are also comfortable walking around in your shoes. And again, they should be polished um, a night before. For the accessories for the ladies, please don't wear very large dangling earrings. Stud or pearls are okay. No arms full of bracelet. I know it's also trendy that you stack number of bracelets. Same with the rings, but I think it's better if you only wear one, if you really want to have an accessory, just try to keep the number to a minimum. So for the watch, simple wristwatch is also okay. For the girls' hygiene, make sure that you also trim your nails. But if you have long nails and you want to maintain that, just make sure that it is not very long. And if you have nail polish, it's better to remove it. But if you want to keep it, make sure that it is in neutral color. Avoid the red, black, blue, green, all those flashy colors. Um, just be simple. The nude color will do. Then for the hair, for the girls who have short hair, it's okay to put your hair down. But for those ladies who have long hair and prefer their hair to put down, make sure that it's not all over your face. So what you will do, you will put it behind your ears. So if you have hairpin, you can tuck them in here so it won't go all over your face. And if you also want to put it in a bun or a ponytail, it's also okay, but just make sure that it is not very stretchy. Okay. And next is the makeup. So for the makeup, it is best that you go on a no makeup look. So make sure that you look fresh. Avoid excessive makeup. No bright eyeshadows. No striking red lipsticks. Just make sure we are on the safe side again. The neutral colors. You can also search on the YouTube to check for the tutorials of the no makeup look or for the best makeup when having your interviews. So you need also to check your foundation if it's the right shade for you. Check if it oxidizes or leave white casts on your face. You can also use a little highlighter to accentuate some parts of your face. If you want to use bronzer, it's okay. And of course, a little blush is also okay. So that's it for the business professional attire. Now we will move on to the smart casual. But first, let us define what is the difference between smart casual and business casual. So, dress codes have been changing tremendously over the past years as people are beginning to work in increasingly casual environments. So, the dress codes are beginning to loosen up. So, business casual is a style of dress for a professional environment without the suit and tie. So, for men, wearing a long sleeves and a slacks is considered a business casual. You still look formal but not too formal. While for the smart casual, it's a combination of professional and informal attire, usually accentuated by a blazer and a more casual shoe. So most of the companies nowadays are preferring smart casual attires. So we will be focusing on the smart casual attire. We actually have the same for men and women. So you can see the picture. We'll start with the coat. So you can still wear a coat and blazer. Coat for men and blazer for women. It's still safe to wear the neutral colored ones. But this time, your coat and your pants don't necessarily need to match. It is acceptable to wear more colors when you are in a smart casual attire. But remember, no flashy colors for the coats or blazer. So if you'll be wearing your coat or blazer, no need to close the blazer so you won't look very formal. For the top, you can still wear your long sleeves or short sleeves polo. You can also have the sweater. Usually they layer this one, the sweaters and the long sleeves. So it is usually used by men, but ladies can also do this kind of attire. This and then for the polo, you may leave your top two buttons undone, and I suggest your polo should not be too loose. It should be fit but not too fit. Okay. For the girls, if you will be wearing long sleeves and you want um, to put it in a three-fourth style, you need to make sure that your sleeves are neatly folded. And if your polo is very thin, the fabric is very thin, make sure that you have your undershirt so your undergarment will not be very visible. For the pants, you can use khaki, chinos, or denim. Um, Again, we should be in the conservative color. Jeans are okay for an interview, but make sure they are clean and free from holes. Those um, ragged ones or the ripped jeans are not very suitable for this situation. It's best if you will wear a black or dark blue denim. You want to look stylish but not a sloppy one. So for the girls, you can still wear a skirt. An A-line or pleated skirt in a solid color always works best. Dress is also okay. These are the easiest ones for the casual outfits. It's actually one item and easy to wear. Here you can wear sleeveless, but make sure that you also wear your coat, but avoid minis and asymmetrical hemlines, and go for the dresses and that is just above the knee or below the knee. For the shoes, it's still the same. Um, Guys can use loafers or Oxford. Black or brown is okay. It's the safest. Ladies can still wear their flat shoes or their heels. Again, it should not be higher than 3 inches. And since it's a smart casual, I know you guys are wondering if you can wear a sneakers. For the interview, it's a no-no, but if ever you got hired, you can wear sneakers. But if you will be going to interview, let's just stick with loafers or Oxford or other shoes, but not the sneakers. For the accessories and personal hygiene, it's the same with what we have for the business professional. Again, if you will be wearing your belt, make sure that it's color coordinated with your shoes. Okay. Um, next topic is all about virtual interviews. Since nowadays it's very common for some companies that they will be conducting their interviews virtually. So these are the things that you need to remember when you will have your virtual interview. First, you need to test your equipment. Be sure the technology being used for the virtual interview is installed. So if they say that you will be using Google Meet or Microsoft Teams or Zoom or Skype, make sure that it is all installed in your laptop or in your cell phone if you will be using your cell phone. And then you need to check your mic if it's working properly. And if the sound is clear, you also need to check your camera. Make sure that your camera is on eye level. If it's not, if it's very low, you just need to pile some books and put your laptop or your webcam on top of it until you reach the right level. And the most important thing is you need to check your connection if it's working properly. I suggest you do this 2 to 3 days before your virtual interview and an hour or two before the interview just to make sure everything is okay. Second is you need to prepare for the environment. Try to find a quiet space where you will not be disturbed. If you have siblings, ask your mom to look after them first, or if you have pets, transfer them to another room so you will not be disturbed, and make sure that you have a nice background. A plain wall or plain colored wall will do. Just make sure that there's no basket of laundry behind you or an open door which reveals the whole house, and avoid using your bedroom because having your bed and your nightstand at the background is a little too personal. So make sure that you find a little space in your room that is very nice. Next, practice. Enlist the help of your friend or a family member, someone who will be honest with you, and ask them to run through a mock interview using all the virtual technology that you will be needing. So, with this, you can test the camera, the mic, your lighting, your connection. Just make sure that when you do the mock interview, the interviewer or your friend or someone from your family will take down notes of how will you improve, how is the lighting, how is the connection, if you sound clear, if you look okay, if you look interested. So those are the things that you also need to note of. And lastly is dress up. You just need to follow the guidelines that we have for the face-to-face interview. You need to know if the company requires you to wear a business casual or business professional attire. But if they did not mention, it's best to go for a smart casual attire. So this is the best one. During the virtual interview, some said that the only top part matters because it is the only thing that we will be seeing during the virtual interview. Actually, that's not true. Feeling professional is as important as looking it as it. You need to dress up completely from head to toe, even if it seems silly, but it's okay. What if ever the interviewer asks you to stand up? So at least you will be prepared and it's going to be safe. So it will also help you set the mood and focus on your interview. As with in-person interviews, so the key virtual interview attire is to look professional. Wearing an outfit that makes you feel confident and reflects your personal style is also very important. And of course, for the girls, you need to wear makeups. And for the guys, you still need to look clean. So it's very important that you prepare for the virtual interview. Moving on, here are some tips or a little summary of what we have discussed. So, first, make sure that you always do some research. Again, you need to research about the company if they have a prescribed dress codes for interview. So, make sure that you read any particular guideline for the interview dress code if there is one. Next, get your clothes ready the night before. So you don't have to be preparing it an hour or two. So it will be very hard for you if you will be preparing it on the day of your interview. Next, don't forget to polish your shoes. Bring extra wipes or wet ones. So if ever your shoes will be dirty, you can wipe it off before entering the interview room. Fourth, display good hygiene. Make sure that you take a bath, you brush your teeth, use a mild perfume. If for the girls you're a little bit oily, make sure that you touch so you will be presentable in front of the employer. And then fifth, if you have tattoos, make sure that it is covered because there are companies who have policies which limit the tattoos. And if you have a lot of piercings, Make sure that you only put one pair of earrings, not all. Next, choose the right specs. If you will be wearing an eyeglass, make sure the frame gives you a professional look. Frameless glasses are one good option too. And if you prefer to wear contact lenses, make sure that it is clear or the black colored, same color as your eyes. But please don't use gray, blue, and green because it's a little bit distracting if you will be wearing those colors. Next, you need to pay attention to your grooming. So again, keep your hair neat and any accessories or makeup muted. Eight, try on your outfit several days in advance. So you need to wear it at least 2 to 3 hours just to make sure you're very, very comfortable with what you wear, especially the shoes. Check on how well you sit during the interview. If you will be wearing skirt for the girls or dress, you will also know if you will need to adjust it if it's too loose or if you need to sew something on the dress that you will be wearing. Do this at least 3 days before the interview so you still have time to wash it again. Nine, of course, you need to have a good night's sleep before the big day. Your brain needs time to process all the information it has been receiving throughout the day. So set the alarm and sleep well so that you can focus completely and stay in a happy mood. Because appearing sleepy in your interview is going to have a rough impact. You might give them a wrong impression. They might think that you are not interested with the job. So make sure that you get a good night rest so you are ready to conquer your interview on the next day. And lastly, the very important thing is that you should be yourself. Make sure that you offer or give them the best version of you. Remember that you are trying to let your talent shine through. The interviewer should remember your skills and experience, not your outfit. Okay, so before we end this, I just want to share with you our rule when dressing for an interview. So you should wear things that make you feel good because if you feel good, you'll be comfortable. And if you're comfortable, you'll think clearly and communicate effectively. Focus on feeling good, and you'll make your interview a success. So I hope this helped you a lot. Now that you're dressed for success, make sure that your interview skills land you the job that you wanted. With that being said, I would like to thank you for listening today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Miss Kat. Ma'am, let's open the floor to questions. So, guys, if you have questions for Miss Kat, so now is the time to put it on our comment section. And, ma'am, I have listed while we're waiting for their questions. I've listed down my questions po. Mga common questions lang naman, ma'am, from the audience. Ma'am, can we ask what is the most common mistakes that that applicants do when they are doing virtual interviews or when they are dressing for their virtual interviews?
Usually, applicants during the virtual interview, they are not actually preparing their background. It's also very important, especially the environment. They need to check a quiet place. So mostly, kung saan sila abutan ng interview, they will be doing their interview right then and there. And of course, since they are at home lang, they just show up wearing shirts. It's also very important if you look presentable during the virtual interview. So best if you could wear a polo or if not a polo shirt.
All right, so thank you for that, ma'am. Ma'am, can we ask you about vacancies over at Inspiro where our audience can apply? What are the positions that for fresh grads or for possible senior high school graduates?
Okay, this is actually a very good timing because we have an opening for a project-based account or a seasonal account. This is actually open to high school graduates or senior high school graduates are also accepted with or without call center experience. This is actually a 1 month contract. So it's if they wanted to start in a BPO industry, they can apply for this account. So it actually offers a pure work from home setup. They just need to have their own internet connection, their laptop and equipment. But if they don't have their laptop and internet connection, we can also provide those, provided they should be in within Metro Manila only. So if they are interested, they can send their applications through www.jobs180.com/inspiro.
All right. Thank you for that, Miss Kat. It was lovely to have you this morning po with us. Hope
Shine.
to see you in the next sessions, ma'am, for other schools as well po.
Sure.
So, that's it, Miss Kat. Thank you and stay safe.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, guys. So we're done with our second topic. So before we proceed with our panel discussion, there is a follow-up question here from Sir Freddy that I'd like to answer. So from Sir Freddy, I have to make sure that I am sending the appropriate form to the correct company. If you're a fresh grad right now, generally you would have like one resume form to submit to different companies. So ang goal lang naman natin pag fresh grad is to get an interview or to get an appointment from the company. So if you're using the resume link, you can use that resume link, submit to companies, and if you have like multiple forms or multiple not copies but multiple resume or CV drafts. So, okay. So this is a CV for a school application. I am applying for a school, so they would check my past previous work experiences kung meron akong educational background, ganyan. Sa school setting. So next, I'm going to apply for a private setting, an NGO. So I may have to have a different format for the resume. Next, I have another one for private or for a corporate company. So I may have a different kind naman of resume. So if you're an experienced professional, that's how you would want to tailor fit your resume to these industries or to these companies. But if you're a fresh grad, it's okay to use a general resume or a general format which is submit to different kinds of companies, because our goal, if you're a fresh grad, is to get the appointment. So they would screen the resume, they would check if you're fit for the qualification, they would check if you're eligible for the position. So ang kailangan lang natin ma-make sure is that kompleto yung details natin at maganda siya or attractive siya. So paano siya gawing attractive? Yung na-mention ni Sir Kim kanina, kailangan sobrang konti ng mga applicants na kompleto or updated yung information. So, that's what you have to make sure for the first, yung pinakauna pa lang. Kailangan attractive siya, kompleto siya. Alright? So, yeah. So, next, let's proceed to our panel discussion. So for our forum, we have Miss Bernie Lati from Alveo Land, Sir Paulo de la Cuesta from PSG Global Solutions, and Sir Sherwin Marasigan from ADP Philippines. So as you can see, guys, we are very fortunate to have all of them with us today. So how this segment will go is I will first ask a question, parang kwentuhan lang with them, and I will need the panel to answer. So you guys, our audience, will be the last member of the panel. So if may question kayo, bato nyo lang sa comment section and we will answer them. Alright? So to start with, let us kamustahin muna natin yung mga industries ng ating mga nung ating mga forum members. Ayan. So let us start with Miss Bernie. So ma'am, the discussion here is about virtual interviews. Ayan. So ma'am, from your current company's recruitment process, what changed po, good or bad, brought by the COVID-19 pandemic?
Well, because of the pandemic, so we're a real estate company, and right now we're hiring for salespeople kasi ongoing naman yung mga property, yung mga projects namin, no? So tuloy-tuloy lang din siya. May konting delays lang, no? Pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin siya. So the pandemic brought about a big change with our recruitment process, no? Kasi before talagang we're doing face to face. Kasi in order to screen them properly, no? Kasi sales sila eh. So they're facing the client. So we have to see them face to face. So we had to shift talaga doing virtual interviews. And sometimes if kasi we're hiring nationwide eh. So yung mga nasa province na mahina talaga yung signal, we do phone interviews na lang para ma-screen din sila. So in a way, mas napabilis yung process, no? Kasi hindi na nila kailangan pumunta sa office. But meron din, of course, may mga cons din siya. Kasi iba pa rin yung parang kapag nakikita mo face-to-face yung tao, parang iba pa rin yung gauge mo sa personality niya, sa commitment, yung motivation niya. Iba pa rin talaga kapag face-to-face. Pero parang looking at the pandemic situation right now na mukhang magtatagal pa, we're thinking of ways naman din to improve the current process na kasi mukhang magsi na kami sa ganitong process talaga.
All right. So, thank you for that, Miss Bernie. Speaking dun sa mga challenges, tatanungin ko si Sir Paolo. Sir Paolo, when it comes to turnaround time, for the company po, for your company's recruitment process, is it faster to hire via virtual recruitment or has this become an opportunity for applicants to dilly-dally on their requirements, schedules? So, what do you think, sir? Nakamute kayo, sir. You're on mute, sir.
Sorry about that. So, well, our process is pretty much the same. I will venture that we're actually performing a lot better now than we were prior to the pandemic, at least in terms of delivering for our team. We get to speak to a lot more. We're processing a lot more candidates, and our process has become more streamlined. Before the pandemic, what we used to do is we used to speak to candidates and then invite them on site, and then interview them, and then there was always a push that we should process candidates on site. But now that we are doing everything virtually, the first time that we speak to them, we already interview them right there and we process them right there. So it's I'd say it's faster, it's more efficient. Probably when it comes to the only change I would think would be comes out to requirements because for the candidates when they're processing their NBI clearance or their SSS or things like that, there is some delay as not as many are eager to go out and process them. So there is some delay in completing the requirements, but otherwise, I think it is easier for us. Of course, this means that we're only limited, however, to candidates that do have access to internet. So yeah, there's that. But for candidates that don't, and that we do process, we're trying to find workarounds in which we provide them with internet prior to when they join. So it's a mixed bag, but overall, I think it's a much more efficient process for us that we've been working from home to the point that for PSG at least for the internal recruitment team, we will be working remote. We will be working from home and remotely um, for the time being, even after the GCQ ends. Now that's just for the internal recruitment team. However, for our operations recruiters, the ones that we do hire, who we're planning to bring them on site, although in some reduced capacity. So we're exploring options where we wouldn't have them be on site as long, or at least for the whole week.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Pao. Sir, Sherwin, just in general, sir, what makes up for a good, memorable virtual interview?
One, it's more of the authenticity of our candidates. So they have to make sure that they're authentic. Right now, kasi when you do virtual, sometimes candidates would think they can get away with just reading the answers out of their phones or their laptops. So mapapansin ng mga recruiters natin that they're not that authentic because they're reading something in front of them. So that's one of the experiences that I experience. And then you just be themselves. Their resume will speak for them as long as they bring out what their strengths. Okay na siyang ganun. There.
All right. So thank you for that, Sir Sherwin. So guys, the floor is open for questions. So if you're an audience, if you're watching, pwede kayong mag-comment na question niya for our speakers. All right. So next round of questions. Ayan. So this is to Sir Paulo. Ayan, Sir, to follow up on Sir Sherwin's answers. Now that we can't really see non-verbal gestures, we can't really we're relying on screen, no? So how do recruiters like sort through I don't know, I don't want to say good versus bad applicants, but I guess I applicants that would go on with their application versus applicants that would maybe differ, like that, sir? Are there like red flags or signals?
Well, it's a matter of verifying. So when you're interviewing a candidate, and then especially if you're an experienced recruiter, if they give you an answer that doesn't seem to align with what they've said previously, you just go back to that. So you rever like if they stay at this point, I left my company because I had to take care of my grandmother, and then you take note of that. You take note of that, and then. Um, Maybe a few minutes later they mention again about why they left their previous company, and then they let slip that they also have issues with the salary and things like that, and then you relate it back to their first answer. You say, well, your first answer, you said that you left because you had to take care of your grandmother, but now you're saying it's because of salary. So could you clarify on that? So it's a matter of reclarifying things that that don't add up. It is a bit more difficult. Does take a bit more time, but it encourages recruiters to really screen candidates and go over their profiles.
All right, thank you for that, sir. To Miss Bernie, ayan. Sorry, ma'am. Nawala ako sa question ko. Ayan. Ma'am, what are the challenges po on the side of the employers when doing virtual interviews?
Yeah. So number one, of course, the problem is the internet connection. Kasi not everyone, when the lockdown happened, so everyone was forced not to stay at home, and parang everyone's using the internet, so talagang kumakain ng bandwidth, no. It's one of the challenges, no, when you're doing Zoom or Google Meet na interviews, parang lagi nagahang or hindi maka-sign in, hindi makapasok dun sa virtual room. And another one is I think this is one of the biggest challenge that we have now right now in recruiting for particularly the salespeople. Their level of commitment kasi they know na everything is virtual. So parang the employer doesn't have that much of a hold to them when they pass the interview or when they pass the onboarding process na. Kasi before the pandemic, when we do it face to face, parang since you can gauge the commitment, you can gauge the motivation, um there's a hold to these new hires. You can easily get in touch with them, or you can easily tap them, no, if they need to attend a certain meeting or a certain appointment. Pero now kasi na we just meet them virtually, we interview them virtually, we discuss the requirements virtually. They can easily what do you call this? Ghosting. They can easily do that to the employer. So those cases medyo tumaas siya sa amin when we shifted, no, to doing everything virtual kasi they can easily just not reply, not attend. They can easily say na, "Oh, we don't have internet, we don't have I don't have a computer, I don't have a laptop, I can't access the virtual meeting." So that's one of the biggest challenges right now. But we're continually improving our process, and we're creating a certain system na ma-address yung issue na yun for us. Particular lang din naman for us.
All right, thank you for that, Miss Bernie. To Sir Sherwin naman po, sa applicant side, what are the challenges? Like, what hinders them from doing good at their interviews?
Well, similar to what Bernie mentioned, internet will always be an issue, especially here in the Philippines. Going to be a
Welcome to the
problem
Philippines.
talaga. Kahit anong network pa yan, uh, nagkakaroon talaga ng challenge. But what we do, aside from virtual interviews, we do phone interviews. So it'll be easier for us to contact our candidates. Kasi pag virtual, you need internet. You need to look for a suitable space for you to do interviews. Unlike phone interviews, at least we can have a very good network. So unless you are in a rural place, sobrang province na wala talagang um, like network pagdating sa phone. Well, right now we have naman a lot. So we have backup in terms of doing that. And another would be is when we do virtual interviews, the challenge would be you are kasi at home. So there are noises that you are not in control of. And sometimes we will hear candidates like their moms or their dad will say, "Hey, kumain ka na ba?" Or ano ginagawa mo ngayon? So we can hear that from the background. So we prep our candidates that when we are scheduled for a final interview, specifically for final interviews, that you have to be ready. Inform people in your household that you have an interview. So if they could just stop using their internet first, and if you can lock yourself inside a room wherein there's minimal noise and inform your mom or your dad that, Mom, Dad, I have a final interview, so please make sure that you don't call me or get my attention or something like that. So, yeah, that's the usual challenges that we encounter.
Oo nga, sir. Noise is hard talaga. Sobrang hard talaga. Alright, to Sir Paulo. Sir, what was the worst thing that an applicant did while on an interview? Can you please share with us so our audience can avoid doing that on their future interviews?
Well, I don't know if it's the worst thing, but I guess it's the most memorable thing. Well, like I this was way back, like when I was starting out as a recruiter. Uh, 18 years ago, I guess. I asked a candidate, what are the reasons why I shouldn't hire you? Why we shouldn't hire you? And then he answered, it's because I'm lazy. And then we both laughed. So I guess he was just being very honest. And it was really weird because he was doing so well throughout the interview, but and I asked him why he said that, and then he just kept laughing, and he said, I really don't know, but yeah, I kind of am." So I told him, well, I guess we won't be hiring you, and he said, "Yeah, I guess so." But that was really weird. I've had I've had people walk out of interviews simply because they couldn't answer, or they became upset when I was drilling them. Might it might be me. Back but I haven't had it happen recently. But those things can happen. So I think if you're uncomfortable answering a certain question, it's okay to say so. Um, if you can't answer a question because you don't know the answer, it's okay to say so as well. Um, uh, I think that would really help. Rather, because some candidates, they really shut down when they get faced with certain questions, and what the thing about recruitment is, and I want to say this to all candidates, like all us recruiters, the other recruiters here as well, we're always looking for people to hire. We're always looking. Our primary goal has always been to give people jobs. We want to hire you. We want to provide you with an opportunity that fits you, that we think you would be successful for. So there's no need to be nervous of anything, because every time someone walks in for an interview, what we're always thinking is, oh, this is a potential new hire, a good hire for our company, someone whose life I can change, who I can give a good opportunity to. Let's hope things work out. So really, just be confident in that you are being you are being given an opportunity, and we would like you to give us an opportunity as well.
Alright. Thank you for that, Sir Pao. To Miss Bernie, ayan. Ma'am, in your experience of hiring sales professionals, what qualities do you look for? What is it honesty, confidence, coherence? Share with us, ma'am.
Yeah. Well, so since we're hiring for salespeople and these are our frontliners, no, and they're selling kasi high-end properties. So number one, of course, that we're looking for is the communication skills. Kasi ito yung puhunan nila eh. They'll be talking to a lot of people, different kinds of people, no? So may mga businessmen, may mga family man, may mga investors, ganyan, may mga young professionals. So they have to be flexible in terms of communicating with the different dynamics, no, of people. And then number two, of course, the intelligence. Yun, na-mention mo the intelligence. No? We're not naman strictly hiring for college graduates. No? We accept undergrads actually. And we're not choosy with the degree. Kasi a lot of successful salespeople actually, very different kasi yung mga college backgrounds nila. So, hindi kami namimili kasi the job is ultimately, convincing, selling the product, parang making their client understand na they need a shelter, and what we provide is a good shelter and a good investment as well. So I think yun, number one talaga, the communication skills, and then the intelligence, and the confidence kasi comes with the communication skills kasi. So parang total package na siya in terms of like presenting yourself to the client out there. So yeah.
Alright. Thank you for that, Miss Bernie. Sir Sherwin, ayan. Sir, what is the hardest question for fresh grads na sagutin?
Well, because fresh grads do not have really experiences and not everyone are very active with regard to extracurricular activities. So the hardest question would be what can they bring, or what they can share para ma-hire sila in our company. But usually when we ask those questions, we probe more on not on the technical side. When you talk to a fresh graduate or even to an undergraduate, we deal with behavior. So, because example, in our company, you have to be very patient when dealing with your clients. Kasi you're not, unlike other BPO companies, we don't deal with customers. We deal with professionals. So we deal with HR practitioners, HR personnel, even owners of the business. So you have to be very patient and confident in dealing with them. So we ask questions that would showcase the kind of personality or behavior, like how confident are you on dealing with this kind of people, what was the most difficult or challenging experience you had with dealing with a difficult person, how was it with dealing with a very vocal person, because there are times that you in our company you talk to an HR director in the US, because we provide human resource services. So mahirap yon kung medyo your confidence level is not at par there. And especially your behavior as well. If you cannot deal with that kind of situation, stressful situation that you talk to a position that holds a higher role in the organization. So we really probe more on the behavior side there.
Alright, thank you for that, Sir Sherwin. Now we'll give the space to our speakers to advertise or encourage our audience to apply to their vacancies. Miss Bernie, you may start.
Yes. So, guys, so everyone who's watching, you can check out our Jobs 180 page at jobs180.com/alveoland. And right now, we're hiring for property specialists. So these are the sales people or the sales agents. No, we're hiring nationwide. We have vacancies in Luzon. So there's Metro Manila, North Luzon, and Pampanga, South Luzon, that covers Cavite and Laguna. In Visayas, so we have Cebu site. In Davao, we have Cagayan de Oro and in Mindanao pala, we have Davao site and Cagayan de Oro. So just check out our jobs180.com page and you'll see all these vacancies on our.
Thank you, Miss Bernie. To Sir Kerwin, please, you can encourage your applicants po.
Hello there. So good morning to our applicants. So before I open up the application, it's just to give you a little bit background about ADP. So ADP, we provide human capital management to our clients abroad in the US. So when you talk about human capital management, it's basically HR services. So that's for payroll, recruitment, or benefits services as well. So we're currently hiring a lot of operations analysts. These are our frontline associates mostly works at night because our clients are mostly in the US. So our site is open in Makati, but now because of the pandemic, we work virtually. So we provide the equipments for you. We just need to ask if you have a very good internet provider, and then we're hiring fresh graduates, undergraduates, as well as senior high. So you can visit our site as well at jobs180.com/adp. There.
All right, thank you, Sir Sherwin. Last, Sir Pau, you're up. Sir, you're on mute.
All right, I'm on mute again. I keep forgetting. So just like ADP, we also do outsource services, but ours is primarily focused on recruitment. So what we do is we hire recruiters. So we are recruiting for recruiters who recruit people in the U.S. So if you want to start a career in recruitment or the various admin or non-voice related jobs under recruitment, we have a lot of options in PSG. We also are working virtually for now, but our intention is to go back to the office by June and July, depending on how safe it is. So hopefully, all that news about it being less safe are just fake news. But I don't know. hopefully things do get better and we do get to work back in the office. But our what we're aiming is that our workforce will not be entirely working from home or working from the office. It'll be sort of a mixed thing. So a career in recruitment is especially now during the pandemic. I think it's a very essential career, especially you'll be providing jobs to people in the U.S. You'll be interviewing them, getting to know people from different walks of life. It's always an interesting job. I've been doing it for 18 years, so if it wasn't interesting, I'd be super bored by now. You can check out our page at Jobs 180 as well, and if you have any questions, just feel free to send them in, and I'll get back to you guys.
All right. Thank you for that, Sir Pau. All right. For our audience, making sure na wala kayong tanong. So, if meron kayong tanong at nahihiya kayong magsabi, you can send the message. You can send us the message via Facebook. So, our customer service reps will address those questions. So, kung nahihiya kayo, okay lang. So, you can apply online dun sa mga links na nasa baba. So, for Alveoland, that's jobs180.com/Alveoland, jobs180.com/ADP, and jobs180.com/PSG Global Solutions. So, to our panel, again, thank you, sirs and ma'am, for being with us this morning. So, we hope to see you again in the next few sessions that we'll have in other schools naman po. So, thank you po for your time.
Thank
Thank you very
you.
much, Shari.
Stay
Yes.
safe po.
Bye.
Stay safe po. See you next time po.
See you.
All right. Okay. So now, let's call in Sir John Gutierrez, Director for Career and Placement, for giving us the closing remarks for the session.
Okay, good
Hi, Sir
morning.
John.
Hi, Shari. Nice seeing you again. Eh,
Ayan, sir, you're up for officially closing our session po.
Okay, so as we conclude this webinar, allow me to thank jobs180.com, headed by Mr. Kim Chua and Ms. Shari, for organizing Marketing Me Live at PWU. Since we started our partnership in 2013, it has always been a pleasure organizing activities that would develop our students further for their career choices and future endeavors. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the following companies who joined us. Ms. Katrina Gaspar of Inspiro, Ms. Sherwin Marasigan of ADP, and Ms. Bernie Lati of Alveo Land and Paulo de la Cuesta of PSG Global. We appreciate all of you for sharing your valuable time and expertise to our students. Lastly, I would like to thank the PWU and PW JASM students and teachers for attending this morning's webinar. I hope this webinar helped you bring with you and make use the things you have learned from our speakers as you move on to your next journey. Good luck to all, and once again, thank you and hope to see you again in our future activities. Stay safe.
Thank you again, Sir John. I'm happy to see you po. Sa next event na lang, sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye po. Alright. So thank you guys for tuning in. May we invite you to the next webinars that we are hosting for University of St. Anthony. That's tomorrow. UPHSD Molino on Wednesday and University of Immaculate Conception. That's in Davao on Friday. So if you want to check out the topics that will be discussed in those sessions, please go to our Facebook Facebook page. That's jobs180.com. Facebook.com/jobs180. So see you guys and have a great day. Stay safe. Bye.